and welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Palisa Tembe and we have got a fun Fashion Express Thursday edition for you today. We're being joined by the accomplished Ncala, who worked her way to national prominence as a presenter on Yo TV. She has also gotten multiple pageant title holder and has recently launched her very own modeling agency. We'll also be hearing from Old Mutual's Head of Financial Education, John Manyike, as he breaks down how the incredible AMP Studio initiative is benefiting aspiring and up-and-coming musicians. From sticker book collections to signed rugby balls, we all had something that we could show off as a kid. So tell us on social media, what was your biggest flex growing up? Use that hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments. Former Miss Teen SA Ncala went from being an everyday tomboy to a teenage beauty queen, and now at 20 years old has just started her own premium modeling agency and academy. Now she joins us now via Zoom to chat all about it. Kat, welcome back to the Loft.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Thank you once again for having me on the show.
You know, it's so lovely to see you. Seeing you grow up in front of our eyes on television, I mean, I feel like you're already so much a part of the SABC family. Sengiti, welcome back. But welcome to Afternoon Express. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Definitely. Thank you so much. You know, sometimes I can't believe it, and I'm always just like, Kat, you're turning 21 next year. It's been 4 years since you've been a TV presenter. Like, goodness me, time really does fly.
Absolutely. Now, let's start at the beginning of how you became a teenage beauty queen. How did you transition from being a tomboy to a girl with no experience in the beauty space, all the way to Miss Teen SA?
You know, just like you said, that I was a tomboy, and every single sport at school I played, you know, like hockey, swimming, athletics, soccer was my absolute favorite. And I think that adventurous trait was just in me because I saw a video on YouTube. I think it was the Miss Teen SA pageant, and I just thought, okay, this looks absolutely awesome. So it was something that we've never done before in the family, but I decided that I want to enter a pageant. Obviously, with every other pageant, the first one is never as smooth, but it's always memorable. And literally from there, the rest is history. I mean, I think it was 2 years until I actually got my first title, which was the Miss Teen Africa title. And that eventually did open up doors for me to go onto the international stage.
Now, Kat, how has your career and platform grown after becoming a TV presenter on SABC One's Yo TV?
Incredible, you know, because I was a sports person at school and not so much of, you know, the dramatic arts or speaking, but everyone said that I had that bubbly personality. Now, the thing is, my sister at school was the star. Like in every single play, she was the main character. So automatically, the drama teachers thought, you're up next, you know. And I remember there was a day I was in grade 5. Everyone was like, Kat, you made it to the Bugsy Malone casting. And I'm like, but I didn't even audition. Like, what are you saying? So that has always been in me. And I think with pageants, a lot of judges, a lot of people would always come up to me and say, you know what, you belong on TV. I went for a presenting course, and from there was a post on Facebook on the Yo TV page, and they were like, we're having open auditions. And I thought, heck, like, why not? Let me just go try it, you know? Yeah.
Now we have to discuss your academy, the KN International Modeling Academy, which has just opened up in the beautiful cities of Johannesburg and Cape Town. Now, why was this so important for you to start this academy, and what do you hope to achieve with it?
Man, it's so important, I guess, because, you know, I've been there. And the whole story of my academy is based on the fact of, like I always say in every interview, everyone I tell that my first pageant was an absolute disaster. But I was fortunate enough to actually have someone to come up to me and say, I'm going to train you. But how many girls in South Africa go to a pageant without that formal training? And immediately before they even get onto the stage, they are disadvantaged because they don't have the training, they don't have the grooming. And then they are discouraged after that because no one comes up to them to say, actually, I can train you. This is how it's done. Or in other cases, you know, they don't have the resources to actually access that type of training. So KN was literally made for that. That girl, let another girl never go into a pageant like Kat with her frizzy perm like she did. The pink shoes that she wore instead of silver shoes. And, you know, I mean, it was just, but the thing is, it was a learning block for me. And I guess if that experience did not happen, KN would not have been born.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really what I hope to achieve at the academy, is that to really train and build, but most importantly, just instill that confidence in girls that you can too, and there is space for you, be it in the pageantry world, modeling, or even just the entertainment world at large.
And Kat, you know, furthermore, one important aspect of the academy that I think we have to put focus on is the academy open to everybody from various backgrounds and sizes.
Yes, definitely. So I don't know if you had seen our official photographs, but we literally brought everyone in, you know, your plus size girls, your tall girls, your short girls. And the thing is, because I'm also short, people think I'm tall, and I guess that's because of social media. Maybe I look tall, but I'm actually the tiniest person you'll ever see. And, you know, a lot of people are already put off because they have this whole perception that you need to be a certain way, you need to be a certain size to get into the industry. But what are we telling a 10-year-old girl who does not look like every other 10-year-old that she can't do pageants because of the way she looks? What are we instilling in her at that young age, you know? So it's very important that we create a space that is really inclusive. And I'm very proud to actually say that pageants have been evolving over the years. It's been opening up where we see a lot of, you know, inclusivity of different kinds of people, different backgrounds. And that's what the academy is also trying to push, is that yes, you're 10 years old, yes, you are cute, and you will enter a pageant. You just need the confidence. It's not about how you look or where you come from.
Well, that is so beautifully said. I can just see how passionate you are, Kat, about everything that you're doing within the modeling space, La Mzansi. So I definitely do salute you. I congratulate you on not only the incredible career you've had as a TV presenter, but also making a mark with the young girls coming up after you. Thank you so much, sis.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'll be back soon, I hope. I don't know for when, but y'all see me.
Oh, we trust you. Don't worry, girl. We'll be twinning throughout. Now, if you could achieve all of this at the tender age of just 20, imagine what we'll be discussing with Kat by the time she's 30. We salute her work to empower and uplift all young women, and we can only cheer on as she continues to pursue her goals.
You know what, Palesa? I think it's so inspiring that Kat has started this agency from nothing.
I know.
I wish I was always a model, didn't know where to start, so this is perfect.
And this goes without saying that, you know what, you can't wait to be ready. You just have to dive straight on in and do it regardless. Follow your dreams, and you know, you never know. You might be walking away as a Miss Teen SA.
Or Miss SA or anything like that. Who knows where it can take you, right?
Or president. Why not? The sky's the limit. But South Africa, please do continue to engage with us on social media. I mean, we have been asking the people, Chef Mo, from the top of the show, what was your biggest flex growing up? Did you have a sticker collection? Did you have marbles? Did you have Tazos?
It was like little art pieces I used to do. I was very crafty.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. No longer. Oh, well, she likes to say that. But I'm sure you're quite creative yourself, Mo. Well, South Africa, I'm looking forward to hearing to all the comments you have to say on social media. Twitter, Instagram, we got you. But we also have something amazing coming up in the kitchen.
Yep, a creative triple-decker Gatsby. That's what's coming up.
I love that, South Africa. Please do head over to our Afternoon Express website to get the full ingredients list and recipe to be making that foot-long triple-decker Gatsby after these.
Express yourself. Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Clover, for the love of cheese.
Made with love by Clover.
South Africa, we're super excited because today we're going to be making a foot-long triple-decker Gatsby submarine filled with salty hot chips, fried eggs, acha, tomato sauce, hot sauce, and then, as always, our big secrets. Can I get a drum roll, please? Polony flavored cheese. Now, South Africa, this recipe is going to be delicious. Chef Mo, you're back in the kitchen.
Back here, girl. Have you ever had a Gatsby before?
I have. I love Gatsby's. In fact, I remember last year, Heritage Day, Braai Day, we hooked up delicious Gatsby's with Jan Braai.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm well versed in the Gatsby, but today I'm very excited because if South Africa were to just head over to our website, our Afternoon Express website, you can get the full ingredients list and recipe to be making this delicious triple-decker foot-long Gatsby. But for us, what makes me so excited about it is that polony flavored cheese.
Absolutely. It's the best thing since sliced bread, right? It's a two-in-one with all that polony flavor, but there's no pork or no meat in it. So more nice, less price. Okay. So we're going to fry some eggs and then we're going to get our polony flavored cheese on there with some chips and acha, like you said, hot sauce. Girl, it's a party up in here.
Defos.
So what you can do is, because we're bougie, we're going to just toast our lovely Gatsby roll. You can just slice it for us and then toast it on there. And then I'm going to get our fried eggs going. There's no particular way in which you need to fry your eggs because this is like the best junk comfort food at its best, you know?
Yeah, and I suppose everyone does like their eggs different. I mean, I love mine soft, especially because it adds with that moisture.
Yeah.
Especially if you're having something like this that has so many elements in it. I love that runny yolk, but I know a lot of loved ones in my family just want that yolk hard. They know what to expect when they cut through. There are no gooey surprises on the inside.
It's sort of like cooked meat, you know, like some people want it medium rare and then others is like dead. It needs to die again.
But something that, you know, comes the same every time you enjoy it is this polony flavored cheese. I just want to have a little slithery slice of this creaminess. It's just, for me, the creaminess every time we do a cooking recipe on the show with this cheese. It just gets me so excited. I have to eat it immediately. Can never wait to the end.
Just to remind ourselves, you know, like, what is that flavor?
Oh my goodness. You see? You see, Mzansi? This is why you have to go onto Afternoon Express's website, because you can get your hands on this. And essentially, it's so good for the festive season because there's going to be a lot of family home, a lot of kids at home. So they want to be making something quick, easy, and economical.
Exactly. And I can't think of anything better than a Gatsby for the kids. Like, the kids are going to love y'all for doing this recipe, okay? Because I grew up eating Gatsby's. I'm not sure if polony Gatsby is like a Cape Town thing.
Maybe.
It could be a Cape Town thing, but it's the most popular street food or takeaway on like a Friday or a Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely. For me, my thing with it kind of reminds me also of ikota. I know those that are in Johannesburg are quite well versed in ikota, and I know Dumi prides herself in her Soweto kota. So I suppose that could be an influence, you know, ikota, and that's why we have the polony and the cheese here in our Gatsby.
Absolutely. So what I've done here is we've got some ketchup or tomato sauce and some hot sauce, and then we just mix that together for like triple the flavor because it's a triple decker Gatsby. And then once your toasted loaves are ready, we can start building our little Gatsby over here.
Okay, let's do that. Let's check on those loaves. So, you see these eggs, I'm making sure that everyone is happy with them. So I'm making sure that they are cooked throughout.
That is the business. That is how we typically do eggs for Gatsby's.
Love that.
There's no fanciness about it. You just got to go all in.
I like that.
We're just going to start with a layer of our sauce. I mean, that looks absolutely delicious.
It looks really good, but essentially, you can rather go onto our website to get this recipe, but whatever you have in your pantry, I suppose, can go as well. A lot of people have leftovers from the night before. If they have a huge family, they might have over-prepared and had so many different elements that they can also add here. I could also add some peppers into this, add some mushrooms. The sky's the limit.
It absolutely is. That's if you're a little bit like more on the healthier side. I
Okay.
suppose, because Pally, I mean, come on, girl. It's a Gatsby. It's got some chips. It's fried. The eggs are fried.
Okay, granted. I'll give you that. No, this is looking delicious. South Africa, are you feeling this Gatsby? And if you were to mix it up any type of way, please do let us know on our social media platforms. Use that hashtag Afternoon Express, because yes, we have got the cooking back, cooking underway this Thursday, and I'm very excited at the fact that we've got so many elements that you can enjoy. Now I'm going to add some of this egg.
Yes, please
on
go
top
for
of
it.
that.
Oh, those are looking amazing.
Yeah.
Like there is no proper way of doing this. You just got to pile and pile and pile until it just becomes even more delicious.
I love that. That looks delicious. It looks hearty and oh so treaty. Plus, with the creaminess of this clover, polony flavored cheese is excellent. Mo, thank you, Siswam.
Girl, we're going in.
We're going in. Now, we love our polony flavored cheese, and it worked brilliantly in today's Gatsby. So try it out, Mzansi. If you've missed any of the steps, here's a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover.
Manyike, standing ovation. A round of applause for Chef Mo. You hooked it up in the kitchen, girl.
I mean, I try, you know.
South Africa, I definitely hope you caught that recap, because we have detailed quite in specifically everything you need to whip up that delicious triple-decker Gatsby. Now, back to social media.
So, Pally, I want to know, what was your flex growing up as a child?
My biggest flex growing up, I was known as lyrics.com, aka Miss Lyrics, A to Z lyrics. I knew the lyric to every song. I had like a little lyric book. I don't know who else had those.
Did you write it down? That's what I did.
So you know when you had tapes and you had side A, side B. Oh, I'm showing my age. And then you used to have a pencil to wind it up. I would start, rewind, play again, write all the lyrics down, and I was out chat. Zaga, 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 zaga.
It is Throwback Thursday, so hey.
What a throwback indeed. But something that is not a throwback, and something that's very much timely, especially now as we're rounding off the year of 2020 coming up. Head of Financial Education at Old Mutual, John Manyike, shows more about how the AMP Studios initiative is supporting aspiring and up-and-coming musicians.
Clover cheese is for those who love life, where everything falls into place and melts away our cares, adding joy and stretching our imagination. Clover, for the love of cheese.
Made with love by Clover.
Express yourself.
AM Studios brought to you by Old Mutual.
AM Studios by Old Mutual in Newtown is an innovative space where aspiring musicians have access to world-class recording studios, coffee and advice from South Africa's leading financial service provider. Today, John Manyike from Old Mutual discusses how AM Studios is benefiting aspiring musicians in South Africa.
AM Studios is a knowledge hub where Old Mutual has created a platform for young people to tap into the knowledge, of some of the top music icons that we host in this precinct. We have a state-of-the-art music recording studio at AM Studios, which is accessible to young people. And of course, there are terms and conditions, and which are very simple. Of course, we encourage young people to subscribe also by having a money account. If we're talking from affordability point of view, it's as little as $4.95 per month, to actually have the account open and active. But that on its own qualifies you to the entire facility. But not only that, I think for me, the most important thing is the fact that we break that barrier and make it possible for young people to engage with some of the top artists in this country who will share some of their learnings in their journey towards building their career in music. We're talking the likes of your DJ Tira, your Questa, DJ Fresh, Dade, Sipot Sticks Mabuse, Me, Yvonne Chaka Chaka. The list is long. The list is endless. We always invite these big music icons to come and share their wisdom with young people. And then, of course, this is recorded and it's always available on YouTube. So AM Studios is definitely a good place to start off as a young and upcoming artist to actually visit, because you actually get to ask questions directly. But in this studio, we actually give young and aspiring artists who come into this precinct an opportunity to pose questions directly to these music icons, and they certainly do answer. So it's such a great place which presents lots of opportunities for young people to learn, and especially the level of detail that is shared here. Whether we have got somebody in a masterclass talking about the contracting part in the music industry, whether it's about the royalties, but there are a whole lot of things that gets shared in this studio. So, for artists who are in this precinct, you can tap into the free Wi-Fi. If you want to look important, you can even host guests in the boardroom there. Of course, there's a booking system, and you can use the studio downstairs. If you want to shoot some videos there, there's podcast facilities, whole host of things that you can do. We've got the best coffee in the house, and I can't think of why any young artist wouldn't want to be in this place. Especially given such power, especially from a knowledge point of view that you actually find in this place. So what seems to be the trend with some of these big icons who come here, and what they share with us, is that some of the biggest mistakes in their careers happen early, especially when it comes to signing contracts, because of the excitement of now getting this big breakthrough of signing with a big record label, and they jump into it and they sign a contract, and later on they realize actually it's not the best contract. It doesn't really serve their interest, and that's why it's important to actually make sure you consult. Very, very important to understand what it means and what you're signing, and these are some of the things that people can learn by coming here from these artists, so that you don't have to repeat the same mistakes. The other thing also that's important is really, especially when it comes to handling money, you can actually commit a financial suicide, by spending the money without a plan and not actually having the best advice when it comes to financial planning. That's very important for many artists. You have to think as an artist that just because you've got a couple of big hits today doesn't mean that tomorrow you continue having those big hits. At some point, you might still be in the music industry, but it doesn't mean that you will still be hitting those high notes, that will actually make you smile all the way to the bank. To to avoid that, you make sure that in your days while things are going well, you actually save, but you also, more importantly, invest in other things. Make sure that you diversify your streams of income. The days of relying on a single income are over, and this is precisely what we've learned this year with the pandemic. A lot of artists realizing that, well, I'm relying on gigs, and if there are no gigs, it means there's no income. I think people need to learn from this year. It doesn't mean this might be the last pandemic we'll ever experience globally. So, but to avoid the same situation, make sure that you diversify your streams of income, make sure you save for rainy days, make sure you invest your money in other things so that beyond music, you've got other opportunities to actually generate income and to build a legacy and create wealth.
If you're wondering how to protect your most valuable assets, the time is now to visit oldmutual.co.za to learn more about their personalized cover by Old Mutual. And if you're ready to start your career at AMP Studios, visit ampstudios.co.za to learn more, or join their WhatsApp line by sending your name to 081-707-6636 and become a part of the AMP family.
AMP Studios brought to you by Old Mutual.
You know, Pali, I love what Old Mutual is doing for young, up-and-coming musicians. I think it's incredible.
Absolutely. Imagine if we had an Old Mutuals back in the day doing what they're doing right now at AMP Studios. Who knows where my lyrics.com career would be at this stage. Tagata. You see what I mean? By walking with people and making sure that that foundation is crucially there and then building the building blocks from there to an incredible career.
It's absolutely important, I think, as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, speaking of that and planning for the future, planning for any possibility in the future is vital. That's why coming up, we're breaking down the difference between credit life and life insurance.
Express yourself.
Made with love by Clover.
Bringing out the best of your little ones has been made much easier thanks to the magic range of Clover Nutri Kids. And in doing so, another lucky winner and supermom, Mutlelepule, brought out the hashtag Nutri Kids magic in her little one, Masejo, who's entered into the competition by showing off her magical talent. And as a result, she was awarded with a magical minute basket dash with Nutri Kids at the Crazy Store. Let's see how it all played out.
I'm so excited to have won this competition. I'm grateful to Nutri Kids for embracing my child's talent, as she loves ballet and she's also would like to become a model. I entered the competition by taking a picture of Masejo with yogurt, Nutri Kids yogurt, and then I posted it on Facebook, and that's how I got entered to the competition. Hashtag Nutri Kids, hashtag Afternoon Express.
I want to get a dollhouse and a kitchen and hula-hoops.
Our strategy is that we're gonna run as fast as we can and go to the aisles that have Masejo's favorite items, which we've already checked out. We enjoyed the dash. It was very exciting, and then the strategy did help because we knew where to go, and then when the time ran out, we had almost everything we planned to get.
I got everything.
Thank you to Nutri Kids for the magical basket dash, and thank you to Crazy Store. We're dashing off to enjoy our new items.
Wow, I just love to see that mommy-daughter magic there through those two. Loving all the entries that everyone has poured in to this hashtag Nutri Kids magical minute basket dash at the Crazy Store with Clover Nutri Kids. Now here's to the festive season and absolutely more magic with your little ones.
Nutri Kids is what we need to help us to get strong in Nutri Kids, great for mom, great better for kids.
Made with love by Clover.
We always think that it only happens to other people, but 2020 has shown us that anything is possible. That's why I've taken the time to sit down with the experts and find out how I can choose the right insurance plan that protects my future at all costs. If you're like me and you've started planning for the future and making sure you've got the right insurance methods in place, then you know that there's so many options available. So today I'm talking to the Standard Bank insurance team to start asking all the questions we need answered. Muligo, I've really been enjoying looking at the different life insurance plans because it's just giving me peace of mind knowing that I'm covered no matter what. But what I wanted to speak to you about today, what is the difference between credit life and life insurance?
So both of them cover your life. The key difference is that credit life takes care of debt that you owe to creditors. It's normally bought with an underlying debt like a personal loan. You can also add retrenchment and disability cover in addition. With life cover, you can nominate a beneficiary. So it's normally tailored to your needs and risk. And then, it pays out to your children or spouse just to take care of life's important needs when you're no longer there.
How do the two work? And how do I know which is best for me?
Credit Life takes care of your debt, outstanding balance on your debt, so there is no impact to your estate. In this case, the beneficiary would be the bank or the financial service provider that you owe money to. And then with life cover, it's more tailored. You can select a sum assured, it depends on your needs, and then you can also select a beneficiary that you would like for them to benefit once you are no longer there to take care of them.
Now, what are the best pointers to look out for before taking out either Credit Life or life cover?
What I would suggest is to make sure that you understand your needs and also what you're trying to take care of, or to make sure that your family is well taken care of when you're gone. And then you also need to make sure that you ask a lot of questions so that come the time where you have to claim, you are able to understand exactly how you're going to go about claiming and making sure that everyone is taken care of.
Muligwa, that was so insightful. And the best part is you get to choose a life insurance plan that best suits you and all your needs. All you have to do is chat to the Standard Bank insurance team and they'll give you the best guidance available. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Last week, we were joined in studio by Dr. Nandipa, who told us all about the wonderful work the Doctors Network are doing, as well as the United Against the Pandemic event that they were hosting on Friday, the 27th of November, in aid of the doctors and healthcare workers of South Africa. Well, our dear friend and colleague Zulu was right there to capture the evening. Let's take a look.
Tonight I'm here at the Houghton Hotel at the United Against the Pandemic event, which is hosted by Doctors Network, an organization founded by Dr. Nandipa Skeleni in order to support healthcare workers and aspiring healthcare workers in South Africa. Tonight we'll be spearheaded by 5 prominent guest speakers to show just how much the COVID-19 pandemic has really made it clear that doctors need each other now more than ever. Doctors Network United Against the Pandemic really showed just how much health workers need to be supported. So tonight we get to hear firsthand from some doctors about the day-to-day struggles they face and hopefully some solutions to some of these. Dr. Nandipa, first and foremost, congratulations on tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And secondly, why was this important initiative so necessary for you to start?
I think it's so important currently with our pandemic that has occurred and has just sprung upon us. I think it was just so important for us to recognize the work of the frontliners and healthcare workers and just uplift, empower and honor those frontline workers. Some of the work that Doctors Network is involved in is the mentorship program that is dedicated to medical students as well as high school students across the country, and that is to give them a supportive environment and to ensure that they are mentored for better health leaders that we will have in terms of our future leaders of tomorrow.
What words of advice, encouragement do you have for all the doctors that have really been on the front line throughout this pandemic?
I think they have gone beyond the call of duty by ensuring that they are saving our lives and being the frontliners of our society. The advice I'd like to give them is that they must have resilience and persevere during this time, as we don't know when the pandemic will end.
Dr. Sivu, as a healthcare worker yourself, talk to us about the importance of this initiative and why an evening like this is so important.
Look, Zulu, Doctors Network is there to empower doctors across the country. I mean, the event tonight was about empowering every single doctor and ensuring that we're uniting against the pandemic. Doctors Network is there to also provide mentoring to young doctors, because we need to get more health professionals working within the healthcare space and growing, the kind of people that we have in the space. I try as much as I can can to provide mentorship. There's a lot of young doctors that need guidance, but also need guidance in the different kinds of careers that you can do within the healthcare space. So I'm trying to help the young people to find their own direction. Essentially, if you want to become a medical doctor, work hard as much as you can, but also if you're a young doctor already, find the right career path that you want to do and do something that's going to make you happy. And don't forget, it's a job of service and nothing else. In any job of service, just make sure that you take care of yourself first and take care of other people later on.
Dr. Pesci, why would you say that Doctors Network is such an important initiative, a necessary one?
Doctors Network is a very powerful initiative that's igniting all of us as healthcare professionals in this country. And it's such a beautiful initiative because, it consists of mentorship programs and everything. And in this pandemic, we'll need each other. And it's the best time to unite and come up with solutions as to how to move forward as a country, as healthcare professionals in our country.
Fact is, many doctors have their own opinions around COVID-19, but a lot of them are still going to work in order to save lives while risking their very own.
I'm taking away so much, and I think one of the most important lessons is just again to stand still and not only count our blessings, but stand still and ask each other if we're okay, and to lean on one another and to not be afraid to say, you're not okay, I need help, and to just tap out and be like, let me fill myself up first and then I can go back out into the world. But also just such a greater appreciation that I had before already for healthcare professionals, but even more so now, especially hearing the amount of loss they've had to witness, not only in the form of patients, but their own personal losses, but they still are there, still waking up every single day, still giving of themselves. So just deep gratitude this evening.
Man, I must say tonight has been such an inspiring evening. It really is great work that Doctors Network is doing, and this should be a reminder to all of us to appreciate our doctors and healthcare workers a whole lot more.
Hi, Mzansi. We are almost at the end of our Thursday show, and I hope that you're enjoying every guest, every conversation, and every cooking segment. Please do head over to our social media platforms. Use that hashtag Afternoon Express in all of your comments, and let us know how are you feeling about the food. But speaking about food, we've got absolutely more food coming up. I mean, we're heading to Spain for a taste of tortillas with a twist, as we show you our chicken, mushroom, and spinach tortilla recipe.
Experience symptoms such as bloating, nausea, cramps, and eczema after consuming dairy. You could be lactose intolerant. Be free, lactose free with the milk, mass, and dairy snack from Nolac.
Made with love by Clover.
experience symptoms such as bloating, nausea, cramps, and eczema after consuming dairy, you could be lactose intolerant. Be free, lactose free with the milk, mass, and dairy snack from Nolac.
Made with love by Clover.
We're back in the Afternoon Express kitchen. Now, eggs are not only for breakfast. Our Nolac chicken, mushroom, spinach tortilla, aka omelette, makes for a deliciously light and quick midweek dinner, especially suited for these summery evenings upon us. Now, this low carb takes on the Spanish classic is nothing short of flavor and the creaminess of lactose-free dairy, thanks to Clover Nolac. Now head over to our website, South Africa, if you want the full ingredients and recipe to be making this along with us. Now, Chef Mo, you're going to have to break down to us what exactly are we making. I know I said a whole lot of things, but I can't bring this idea together. It's a tortilla, but it's low carb, so...
Yes. I mean, some people know it as a frittata.
Yes.
So what is the difference? So the Spanish people call it tortilla because typically it's always made with eggs and potatoes. But because we're watching them wastelands, we spent way too much time on these summer baths, girl.
I'm telling you.
Leaving out the carbs.
I'm telling you. Okay, so I've got the eggs down. I've already got 2 eggs in here, South Africa. I'm going to crack another 2.
2 more eggs, and then
that should be enough for you and me, hey?
Yep. To that, you're going to add about half a cup to 1 cup of your Nolac milk. And to make it a bit more creamy and indulgent, because we've left out the potatoes, we're going to add a bit of creaminess to this dish.
Okay.
Which is going to be our Nolac dairy snack. So you're going to just whisk all of that together beautifully. And then I'm getting started on the actual base of this dish. So typically with a Spanish tortilla, you need to like flip it out. Once it's all like cooked at the bottom and you've melted the cheese on top, that also goes in there. You flip it over and then that's how you sort of serve it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. So this is essentially, I love omelets. And you know, in my household, omelets are always the go-to. Yeah. Not only for breakfast, actually. So I'm so glad that I've mentioned that. Yes. I literally can have omelets at any time of the day. It's just something so easy and filling. You know, the protein coming from those eggs it definitely is undeniable. So what I do, this is essentially an omelet, but just so much quicker and easier.
So much quicker and easier, and it's going to take you less time in the kitchen, especially on those beautiful summery evenings.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to stand behind the stove and be cooking?
Absolutely, and it's a Thursday today, girl. You know the weekend is upon us.
Yes. And
so
it's
I love
December, like, hey.
Yeah, it's still my birthday week, so this is essentially something that I'm going to be enjoying with you. Yeah, definitely something festive, light, easy to make, easy to enjoy as well. But also what I love about it is that it does not skimp out on the flavor, it does not skimp out on the creaminess, thanks to Clover Nolac.
And also we're adding some mushrooms to this. So mushrooms bring a certain umami flavor. So that's also going to build on more of the flavor of this beautiful tortilla. And then we're going to go in with some spinach.
This is ready for you when you
That's ready for us. So I'm just going to allow our spinach to wilt a little bit. You can add like Swiss chard or any other vegetable that you have in your fridge that's busy dying. Go ahead and add some broccoli. But if you're not going to be like us and not going to use any vegetables, you can do this with just like thinly sliced potatoes. I think we need to try that at some point.
I love tomatoes, I love potatoes, I love my vegetables and all things that can add nutrients, so definitely I'm all for that. Now, Chef Ma, I wanted to find out, we spoke about this lactose-free, plain, low-fat dairy snack. Do I put that in the eggs? Do I put it in our side salad?
So you put that with the eggs and then just give that a nice mix. It's also just going to create a dense sort of situation for our spinach and our mushrooms and onions. And our spinach is wilted now, so we can go in and just add those eggs. I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper. That's basically the only flavor you need in here because you're getting all the flavor from the vegetables.
Yeah.
And you don't want to mess with the creaminess of Nolac.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I love the fact that here, it's essentially similar to the Gatsby recipe we just whipped up. Because this is essentially whatever you've got in your fridge, in your pantry as well. You can add that. I love the fact that you're adding some baby spinach because, baby spinach for me is iconic.
I think we are ready for our eggs. I've added in some leftover chicken that we had that was just roasted and then shredded. Add that in. If you don't have chicken, you can do some tuna. That's another great option. Or any other tinned item that you might have, even like chickpeas. So you can just go in. So
and
that's
just
going
pour
to
right on in there.
That's going to sizzle, and that's what you want. It needs to sort of cook at the bottom first.
Okay.
And then just move everything around.
Yeah, so that you can evenly distribute the eggs.
Yeah.
Because I did see that when I poured it in, it kind of gravitated to one side of the pan. So I love the fact that you are saying, no, it's okay. We need to make sure it's evenly distributed, so it's cooked all the way out evenly.
That's exactly what you want. And then if you're like me, I like to see my ingredients at the top, you know. I just want to see that pop of green color.
Now, Chef Mo, this side salad, we've got some shredded lettuce in here. Delicious, love that. So simple, so easy. This is essentially going to be the quickest side salad, the fresh element to add. I'm gonna zest some
beautiful zest and juice of the lemon, just for a bit of freshness, you know, that zestiness of the lemon.
I love that.
And then you're going to finish that off with a bit of the no-lac moss.
Love that. I'm just doing sign language here for the knife.
So it matches beautifully the creaminess of this dish with the tanginess of a fresh salad. And that's what you should always aim for, is when you have like a cooked meal, try to have a raw element to the meal so it's more balanced.
I like that. I'm going to shake up amasi because we're having it here in a dressing sense. So I kind of don't want it as chunky as I normally would like it.
You want it sort of smooth.
I like it a little smoother. So let me do that.
So what you will notice is that it will start cooking. The tortilla will start cooking at the bottom, and that's what you want. So when you see that at the top, it's almost set. That's when you can add your Parmesan cheese. Now, you might think that why we're adding cheese, because it's supposed to be no-lac or lactose-free, but Parmesan cheese actually has very little lactose in there, so it's perfect for lactose-intolerant people.
This is delicious. I mean, this recipe is just a second away from being done. So, South Africa, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za to get the recipe. If you've missed any of the steps, watch this space for a quick recap. About you, Mo, but I am so ready to eat. The recipes today that you brought forth were iconic.
I'm so glad you're enjoying them, and thank you for having me today. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, you know, Chef Mo, it's always such a pleasure having you back in the loft with us. You work tirelessly in front of the camera and off camera, so sometimes it's nice for you to reconnect with abantu bakho, the South Africans that love you so much.
Thank you so much, Pali, and we're definitely going to celebrate your birthday, girl.
All weekend, trust me. So much so that we're actually off air tomorrow.
I know. We're gonna party it up.
Okay. We're off air due to the cricket action, so we'll see you on Monday for a brand new week. But until then, Mzansi, good night, stay safe, and happy eating. Thank you, girl. Mwah. Bye. Clover celebrates spring with exciting giveaways. Look out for selected Clover products in store to stand a chance to win. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.